Hey, what's up? We back again with another live. Just because it's a Saturday night and I'd rather be here with you. Anyway, I asked ChatGPT just come up with a topic real quick and we could just discuss it. And if y'all want to comment or come up, I'm definitely allowing y'all to do so. So whoever's here, whatever want to talk or chill, you can do it. We're gonna talk about men being are men providing, pretending, or parasites? And y'all let me know how y'all feel and what's the definition. I was like, yo, like, let me ask, what's the definition and stuff like that. So we're going to get into that right after this. All right, so what's up, guys? We are back and we are ready to let's talk about it. We're gonna break it down right now from the beginning to the end. We're gonna break down what a real provider looks like. We're gonna look down what a parasite looks like, and we're gonna look like what a pretender look like, and we're gonna give examples. And hopefully, y'all there so we can actually talk about it. Because I would definitely be up for a debate or whatever y'all want to do. But is it fair? I want to know, to expect a man to be a provider in the 2025 era, or has the game changed? Let me ask y'all a question. I want y'all to define what y'all want in a man, or if it's a man's world or a woman's world, because there is tons of arguments on this. But let's go. Let me see. Okay. So the definition of a provider, they saying that it's a man that brings stability, consistency, and resources. They said not only does he make the money, he invests the money, and he invests in family, builds foundation, and he also protects. I mean, goddamn, that sounds like the man of my goddamn dreams. So I'm all for it right now. They said providers can be flashy or quiet, but their actions always speaks louder than words. Yeah, because the flashy ones, I mean, usually they are overcompensating for something, and it could be lack of stability, it could be lack of resources or finances, it could be a lot of stuff. I'm too late on I'm on too late for you guys. Cause yeah, it's 9:30. Or y'all just ain't get your notifications yet, which I'm sure y'all didn't get your notifications yet. So they're saying a trait of a provider, they pay bills without being reminded. They offer emotional and financial security, and they think long term, assets, investments, and generational wealth. Now it's funny because I was just talking to one of my homeboys, and he recently, like not recently, but he broke up with a longtime girlfriend because she wanted to go out all the time. And he was like, listen, I'm trying to build a future. And I guess eventually she left him. Well, she got upset because he brought up the idea of prenup. And she was like, well, why the hell you need a prenup? You're not rich. And in my thought was, well, why the hell does she care if you're not rich? Like, why not sign it? So she was insulted and she was upset. Me, I don't mind signing a prenup and I don't mind giving one. So, And I know it makes it sound like you're preparing for the demise, but like everyone said, even Cardi B, believe it or not, like a broken clock could be right twice a day. What did she say? She said, the man you divorce is not the man you marry. Two completely different people. And I know that for a fact. Like when somebody's in love with you, it is a complete difference when you're breaking up with them. They become the damn devil. They don't care about your feelings. When you fall out of love with somebody, it's like enemies. And everybody's just trying to get the best outcome and nobody cares. So they said, and I was like, well, let me get some examples of some people that you will call provider. Now they have LeBron James up in here. I'm just saying, ChatGPT listed LeBron James, and I was like, okay, I could see that. Yes, LeBron James has his flaws, but I definitely could see why they're saying that he has a family. It says not only does he take care of his family, but also invest in schools, businesses, and in the community. So I see that. But she's probably gonna have to deal with not being an only woman. They said Russell Wilson. They say even though he get clowned sometimes for being corny, but he consistently provides for Ciara and her kids. And they also put Jay-Z post 2000s. They said he transitioned from a street hustle. This is on paper because I personally don't want to deal with that drama. Everything that glitters ain't gold, but this is what ChatGPT is giving. He said, to businessman builds empires for himself and Beyonce. Now, the way he looks like he walks around with his family and stuff like that, it looks all cute. He looks like a protector, make sure Blue Ivy's good, make sure the kids are good. But, the side hustle is that your man be getting into some mess. And not only does he get into some mess, he got a lot of side offerings and he don't claim his other children. But on paper, this is what ChatGPT is giving because, again, until you improve anything, is nothing. So that's what it looks like on paper. Now, there was like a pretender. Hold on. Let me fix my chair. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. The pretender, they said definition, it looks like, so he looks like a provider on the outside but it's all smoke and mirrors. Everything about the image, clothes, cars, social media is all fake and it's flexing. They said he lives paycheck to paycheck or off credit, but still wants to look like a boss. They said the traits are they always passion flashy purchases, but they never own the assets. Loves the attention, hates accountability. Will look the part for women, but can't actually provide. So I was like, well, give me some examples of that. And they have one example up here. They said it's Blueface and Tekashi 6ix9ine. They also said it's influencer types who rent Lambos and IG pictures. And they also wear designer, but they don't have furniture at their home. Now it's funny because in the beginning they had put 50 Cent, but 50 Cent just moves a certain way. But there was a while ago where he was showing off all his Lambos and stuff like that, and he did not own not one Lambo. His friend worked at a dealership, so that's where that came from. Also, they came up with parasites. They was like the definition of a parasite is they said he's not going to pretend to provide. He just takes. He feeds off a woman financially, emotionally, and physically without giving anything back. His survival depends on finding someone else to carry his weight. They're always in between jobs. They move into women's house. They move into women's house and lives off of her resources. They gaslight women into thinking that they're lucky to have them. They didn't give me an example, and they're not going to give me this example, but right now it's sounding like Papoose. Remember Remy Martin was like, he thinks he is the prize. Meanwhile, he pointed her shit. Meanwhile, she was paying him to take care of her while she was in jail. They saying examples of a parasite. So they got, and then remember when she said, he thinks he is, of course he's not gonna remember. Clarissa was like, why won't you take me out? Why won't you do this? Now she's all over the media posting, you do this, you do that. But that's not the text messages we saw Remy posted about you begging him to give you one gift. And now he does all of this stuff. I'm gonna be honest, somebody doesn't do a 360 like that. Remember when Remy was posting and stuff like that? She said most of that stuff, she was like, I bought. And then she said, but she would say Papoose bought it. Now we know that Clarissa took back her car from her ex and gave it to Papoose. And Papoose was more than happy to drive around in it. I'm just saying. Yeah, y'all can hate me, but it's the honesty. They said so they gaslight the woman to think that they're lucky to have him while they contribute nothing. They said modern examples. I don't know who Zell Swag is because I do not watch Love and Hip Hop. So I'm not sure if this is right or not. And then it says some of Krishan Rock's exes. Again, they said besides Blueface. I don't know nothing about that. You know what? And I was like, I had to give them some examples. Because I was like, what about Mary J. Blige's husband? Can do. So they was like, I got you. They said, why is he seen as a parasite? They was like, he managed her career while married to her, but when they divorced, he demanded spousal support and shocked fans reportedly around $30,000 a month. You know who also making demands? Cardi B's husband, Offset. Offset is making demands too. And he claimed it was for the children, but come on, your guy just wants spousal support. But because he does all this flaunting and stuff like that, he don't want the world to know that he's broke. He's broke. If you begging somebody for spousal support, you ain't got it, guy. You ain't got it. So anyway, back to Can do. He was accused of mismanaging her money and even having an affair on her during the marriage. Fans saw him as someone who lived lavishly off Mary's success and instead of building their own. They also got Kevin Federline. Same thing. Lived off of them, took the kids, messy divorce, and took Britney Spears' money. They said also, they put in, and I didn't even think about this, but it's true. They said R. Kelly's whole entourage. They said why they're seen as parasites. They said while R. Kelly's scandal spiraled, many of the people around him were accused of enabling his behavior to keep their paychecks coming. And instead of protecting him or stepping away, they drained his money and reputation for years. I give him that. They all was parasites. I mean, R. Kelly was an asshole, but they also enabled that shit. They should have went down too. See, and what happened now recently with R. Kelly is probably BS. However, those that know, we know. We know. R. Kelly, Aaliyah was how old? Yeah, and that escapade tape that he had when I was like 12 or 13 years old, I saw that mess. That girl looked about my age at that age. I'm just saying. I could see. I'm not talking about these girls now that was like whatever. They said that was the legal age. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about back in the day, what he really was supposed to get caught on. His enablers rushed to get married and stuff, rushed to get Aaliyah married so he wouldn't go to jail. Then they said Wendy Williams' ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, of course. We know what that was about. He definitely was a parasite and he was cheating on her and using their money, her money, to supply the mistress who I heard they didn't make it. I don't know how that worked, but I don't think they made it. And she can't get money from him because he broke. But this is what happens. Karma is a bitch. again, I guess much people are not on tonight. My takeaways from the show. Let's see. So, takeaways is a provider builds alongside you. A pretender flexes, but has nothing behind the scenes, and the parasite just drains you. Someone else's legacy, money, and name. I guess for the most part, since nobody's really on right now, and I've been talking to myself, I can't. I can't talk forever. I wonder if anybody wanted to jump on with me. Nobody's in here because I can get a conversation going. I wonder, let me see. I am so bored. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to be bored tonight. I gotta watch a game tomorrow. Oopsie. Yeah, so. Oh, DeMarcus, just so you know, I did watch that movie, Cinnamon. It was actually a really good movie. I actually might do a review when I get off of this screen. Yeah, I think I'm gonna record myself and do a movie. I mean, a review. I'm gonna do an AI review though. I'm not even gonna do it on screen. All right, like my nails. Let me tell you the story about my nails. It was a birthday gift to me by a perfect stranger. He told me he didn't like my nails. Y'all see my nails. My nails was raggedy. I was walking around here looking raggedy. He was like, he does not like my nails. And he was like, I'm going to send you money to get your nails done. And he did. And I did. And that's it. So I just got a free gift for my nails done. Just because somebody didn't like my damn nails. But I'm here for it. And thank you. You can get a gift from the sky. So, whatever. All right, guys. I guess that was God's birthday gift to me. This random stranger. And he didn't even bother me or press me or nothing after that. So, it was just a gift. All right. I guess nothing else to talk about. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody's here. Oops. I guess I'm gonna go do my movie review then, and then I'm probably gonna take my ass to bed. Start over tomorrow. See you later.